Hello, let us discuss today the physics of semiconductors. We know semiconductor is one type of material along with the metal and insulator. So let us see what is semiconductor based on this energy level diagram. So here I have tried to show the electron energy levels of the different orbits. So if you take the metals, there is the inner core electrons, then there is the outermost orbit electrons, which is the valence band, and then the conduction band. So in the case of metal, we know that the valence band and conduction band actually overlap. There is no gap between them, and the Fermi energy level lies in between the valence band and conduction band. If you come to the second type of material, semiconductors, we see in the semiconductors again there is inner electrons, there is valence band and conduction band. But we see here that there is a small gap between the valence band and conduction band. And this gap is of the order of 1 to 2 electron volt. It is not very large. So because of this, there is a chance that the electrons can jump over from the valence band into the conduction band when they get the sufficient amount of energy. So that way, some of the electrons may be possible to be present in the conduction band due to the thermal effect. And that way these few electrons which are there in the conduction band may be available for conductivity, and that may give a small amount of conductivity. That's why these materials are called as semiconductors. Insulators, we see that there is a huge gap between the valence band and conduction band. Therefore, it's having very less chance of being able to conduct the current. So that's why they are called as the insulators. Now let us see the expression for the electron density in conduction band in the case of intrinsic semiconductors. So let's take the intrinsic or the pure semiconductor, and let's see how many number of electrons are present in the conduction band per unit volume. That is, in this conduction band, how many electrons are present per unit volume. So let's find an expression for that. For that we have to do it mathematically like this, that is integral of n of e dE. So let's use the function n of e dE function of Fermi-Dirac statistics. We have to take the integral from the bottom of conduction band to top of conduction band. That is all through this conduction band, from the bottom of conduction band EC to the top of conduction band, which is considered as infinity. So from integral from EC to infinity of n of e is written as f of e into gc of e dE. F of e is the Fermi factor probability function, gc of e is the density of states in the conduction band, and it is given by this function here. Gc of e is given by this function. Here we take me star as the effective mass of the free electron in the conduction band. So substituting these two in the integral above and solving it, we get this here. So Ne is equal to 4 root 2 by h cube into pi me star kt whole to the power of 3 by 2 into e power of ef minus ec by kt. Or we can write it simply like Ne is equal to Nc into e power of ef minus ec by kt, where this term is taken as Nc. Okay. So what we see here is that the electron concentration or electron density depends upon EF minus EC, or you can say it is proportional to the energy gap between the valence band and conduction band, and also it depends upon the temperature factor T. Now let us see similarly how you can find an expression for hole density in valence band in the intrinsic semiconductor. For this, let us take the density of holes in the valence band as GV of E, and the probability function for finding the hole, we will call it as FH of E, which is equal to 1 minus F of E. For this, you see that a hole is nothing but an absence of an electron, and F of E represents the probability of finding an electron. Therefore, we can write FH of E is equal to 1 minus F of E. So substitute now these two in finding the hole concentration. So hole concentration is found out over the valence band from the bottom of valence band to the top of valence band of N of E dE. So that means bottom of valence band we take it as negative infinity, top of valence band is EV. So N of E dE can be written as GV of E and to FH of E. So substituting GV of E and FH of E from these two equations, and solving this integral, we get NH is equal to 4 root 2 by H cube by mh star kt to the power of 3 by 2 into e power of EV minus EF by kt. Or this constant term we can write it as NV, capital NV. Then we can write it as NH is equal to capital NV of E into e power of EV minus EF by kt. Here again we see that the whole concentration depends upon EV minus EF, or in other words the whole concentration depends upon the energy gap, and also it depends upon the temperature capital T. So this way we can find out the whole concentration for intrinsic semiconductor. Now let us see the expression for Fermi level in the intrinsic semiconductor. Using the electron concentration Ne and hole concentration NH, we can find out what is the relationship between the Fermi energy and energy gap Ag. For intrinsic semiconductor, we know that the electron density is equal to hole density. That means whatever number of electrons are there in the conduction band, same number of holes will be present in the valence band. Therefore, always Ne is equal to NH in the case of intrinsic semiconductor. And also the effective mass of electron is equal to the effective mass of hole. So substituting these two conditions in the expression for Ne, the electron concentration and hole concentration NH, which we have got earlier, and solving that, we get EF is equal to EC plus EB by 2. Here EC is the bottom of conduction band, which can be written as EV plus EG. So substituting this and simplifying, we get Fermi energy is equal to EV plus EG by 2. That implies that the Fermi energy level lies exactly in the middle of the energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. And this is true in the case of the intrinsic semiconductor.